or on social media, somebody's going to take this and they're going to twist this and make it seem a lot worse than it is.
Or maybe not even twist it, just take their, like, I'm already getting texts about it. I didn't see it on social media. People, because I've been I don't want to say I've been a Glenn defender. I'm trying to bring back things to reality here. I never wanted Glenn in the first place. However, I like his attitude and his mindset. And then some people have an issue with, well, Glenn doesn't want to play the game and acquiesce to the media. I don't give a crap about that. What do you care about whether he plays the game or not? I care about whether he wins the games. That's what matters. But now it's, he's 0-6 and he's not great with the media and he's picking fights or whatever it may be. And they're looking for every little thing to get on him for. Like now it's going to be him compared as if he said Justin Fields is Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. That's not what he said. So you could try to spin it that way and say, well, he shouldn't even be comparing the two. What an idiot Aaron Glenn is. I'm going to defend Aaron Glenn and say that he's not an idiot. He's had a rough 6 weeks, certainly a rough 5 weeks, and certainly a rough last week where he managed an awful game, coached an awful game. We just talked about that with Costos. Let's not make it like it's a huge deal now that he could say, well, those guys hold on to the ball as well. I know it's not the smartest thing, especially now, but come on, guys, get off his freaking back, will you?
It's a rough start. It's been a rough start for Aaron. There's still time to turn this around, but it's got to start now.
Yeah, and also I'll take it a step further, too. I'm not a big Justin Fields fan, but he's not as bad as he was a week ago. He might have been playing... Again, I don't want to say he was concussed, but I don't know if he was all there 100% in that game. And he's also playing a very good defense, the best defense in the NFL. I'm not making excuses for him, but let's not go from talking about how great Justin Fields was in week 1 to now Justin Fields is the worst quarterback that's ever walked the face of this earth after last week's performance. There's somewhere in between.
Yeah, and he's getting paid $20 million a year, and only half of that's guaranteed next season as well. Jets could get rid of him, and they'd be on the hook for $10 million. So the price tag is telling you who Justin Fields is.
Right.
Now, if some people thought just because he wasn't Zach Wilson or if you didn't love Aaron Rodgers, which is idiotic, but if you didn't and you thought, well, he's not Aaron Rodgers, and maybe you elevated Justin Fields, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I watched him at Ohio State. I remember doing this because the Jets were drafting a quarterback, and I'm like, I don't love the way the ball comes out of it. I didn't love him coming out of Ohio State. I thought he threw to bigger windows, and I'm not a quarterback guru, man, but I've been right and I've been wrong. I've missed things by a mile. I've nailed some things, but I do think that I nailed his deficiency. He's not incredibly accurate, and I remember saying that to Tiki at Ohio State, and I think that that's going to be probably an issue for the rest of his life, but I also think that there's value there if you deploy him properly. I think that he didn't run last week, not because he's still concussed or foggy, but that they're trying to keep him healthy and avoid another concussion. So I think that's part of it.
Also, the Broncos don't let quarterbacks run on them. So it's also a good defense. I would bet, and I'm going to bet the Jets this week. So I would bet that he's going to have a big game on the ground. I mean, he has to. He can't throw the football. So he might have some success through the year, but especially without Garrett Wilson, you wouldn't think he's going to be great through the year. But the Jets can only win this game if they run the football. That's what they got to get back to. Breece Hall, Justin Fields, let them run the football on the Panthers. Get some positive momentum. And if you do have a long drive like they've had before, don't fumble the football on the goal line. Like there are ways here that the Jets could have won easily 3 of these first 6 games. Yep. They've lost all of them. It's unacceptable. It can't happen. I don't think it's going to continue to happen. I think they get off the board and get a win this week and at least get people off their back for a week. Take a deep breath. Anthony's calling from Staten Island. What's up, Ant?
I just want to, I don't blame Glenn because I called up when they first hired him in February and said what a disaster he's going to be because you saw how confused he was the last 2 or 3 years with that horrible defense on Detroit. But why wouldn't you sign the offensive coordinator? I called up 3 years ago, hand Harbaugh a blank check. This is the owner. I don't blame Glenn. He's horrible. And you're talking about the way he speaks. He speaks in cliches. He speaks from parcels. I don't want to hear. I want to hear what you think.
Well, that is him.
Yeah, I think that's unfair.
He's being authentic, and people don't like that.
I think Robert Saleh was being a phony.
Right.
Well, right now, Robert Saleh looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, because he's not a head coach. He's the DC again, which is what he is.
Right, exactly. And Glenn was horrible as the defense coordinator for Detroit. He had no clue.
So you don't like him, man. What's... Go ahead.
It's the owner. He wants to be part of the team. He doesn't care about winning, has no interest. He would have signed an offensive coordinator. He would have signed Harbaugh, hand him a blank check. This is going nowhere. They're going to go 0-17. Why do
No,
you
they're
think
not. They're not going 0-17, and listen.
Beat the Dallas
I got you.
week.
I got you. No, good call. Listen, you're pissed off, and you should be. Understood. The problem with being pissed off is that you contradicted yourself 3 times there. Honestly, and I'm not coming at you, Ant, but you did. Number one, you say that, and Woody, I mean, I have just destroyed Woody. Not personally, but he's terrible. He's the worst owner in pro sports, in my opinion. And the Jets are the worst franchise. But to be fair to Woody, when you say he doesn't want to win, well, then why does he spend money?
Yeah, why did he trade for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, not only trade for Aaron, fly out there. He was part of the convoy and basically beg him and convince him, along with obviously Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh when they went to his estate in California. Like, the man tries to win. He doesn't know how. Those are 2 very different things. So I think that you're off with that. I also think you're off with the Aaron Glenn stuff here. I've heard a lot of coaches speak in cliches, and I'm like, man, this guy is dead man walking. I don't feel that way about Aaron Glenn. Now, I'm not going to sit here and boldly proclaim that he's going to be the one to eventually lift the Jets out of the ashes or the gravesite here. But I'm going to give him a little more wiggle room and rope to figure out how to work around the weaknesses of this team that he inherited. They were really bad.
Right, but then, there were expectations coming into the year that some people thought that they were going to be good or should be good. 0-6 is not good. Nobody expected that. And now it's gotten to a point where it continues to get louder and louder and louder, which makes it more difficult and more impossible for Glenn to dig out of this. If he were 1-5, if they had a couple of wins, it wouldn't be, even if he made some mistakes, people would be like, whoa, I don't know about that from Aaron Glenn, but at least they have a couple of wins on the board. It's the combination of everything. On top of that, the way that he handles himself and the media, people don't like that. And when you're losing, you're not going to get away with the tough talk. I don't mind the tough talk. I like the tough talk. I think he's got to stick through with being himself. The only way, though, that will work is if he actually starts winning. Mm-hmm. He's got no shot otherwise. They have to start winning.
Listen, you and I agree about him remaining true to who he is, right?
Yes.
But where we splinter off, and this is my thing, but this was earlier in the week here. Like, it's one thing to go in there. We're not the same old Jets. We're the Jets. We're built for this bleep. I loved it. To me, I get all fired up over that stuff. I love that, right? Because I think it galvanizes a team that's been dead emotionally for a long time. And it hasn't yet, but I thought that it would. All right, so I'm always down with that approach rather than the cerebral, quiet, withdrawn, Adam Gase, nerdy stuff. But where I do disagree with you is he cannot have... And if he does, he can't communicate it. Centrally on his mind, what we're going to say about moves that he makes. And the other day, and again, I'm not crucifying him for it because I got his back and I believe in him, but it's really my way of trying to help him, like Aaron. When you tell reporters and you tell the entire world, by extension, that your quarterback would get crucified by us or by them or however he framed it if he throws an INT thrown downfield, that is basically saying to us that you are calculating what we think, and you shouldn't.
Or
on no level should Aaron Glenn give a rat's behind what you think, what I think, what Hop thinks, what Evan thinks, what any other Jet fan thinks, what Samini thinks. Nobody except what Aaron Glenn thinks.
100%, but he's still learning that as a young head coach. He can't believe that it's everybody's turn on him in just 6 weeks. Like, what'd you think he was? In his mind, he's like, what'd you think I was going to be able to do? Turn this around? I'm not saying it's right. I think what he's saying, there's a lot of truth to everything that he's saying. Nobody wants to hear it, and he's not getting away with it because of their record, but he also has to be above it. He will learn eventually that he's got to be above it. Rex Ryan came onto the scene talking tough right out of the gate, and people ate it up. And then he went out there and won, even at 9-7.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
So it's not the tough talk that's the problem. It's not questioning the media that's the problem. It's the losing that's been the problem. And